King crab, one of the rare and valuable seafood, is often caught in cold seas, such as the Bering Sea or the Gulf of Alaska. To catch king crab, people use special traps called pots or traps. These traps are designed to be large in size, dropped to the seabed with baits such as fish or other marine animals to attract crabs. The traps are connected to each other via a long cable system, controlled by fishing boats. After the traps are dropped, people have to wait from several hours to several days for the crabs to enter the trap. When collecting, fishing boats will use cranes and lifting systems to pull the traps up. However, catching king crabs is not simple because they live in deep seas and harsh environments, requiring fishing boats to have modern equipment and high technology. In addition, because king crab is a highly valuable species, fishing must comply with strict regulations to protect the resource, including limits on the number of crabs that can be caught and requirements for the size of crabs when harvested. After king crabs are loaded onto ships, they are inspected for size and quality. Crabs must meet strict standards for size and freshness to ensure high-quality products when they reach consumers. Crabs that are too small will be released back into the sea to maintain the sustainability of the crab population in the wild. In addition, the transportation of crabs also requires special care to keep the crabs alive, avoiding the situation of crabs dying during storage. To ensure that the resources from king crab fishing are not depleted, fishing management agencies in coastal areas such as Alaska often apply strict protection and control measures. Including banning crab fishing during the spawning season or allowing fishing only in designated areas. Fishermen must also comply with regulations on fishing hours and use only licensed fishing equipment and techniques. Although king crab fishing brings great economic benefits, it also requires careful consideration of environmental protection and long-term sustainability of the fishery, to minimize negative impacts on marine ecosystems. Many countries have adopted environmental protection measures in king crab fishing. One of the important measures is the use of advanced fishing technologies to minimize damage to other marine animals. For example, traps are designed so that king crabs can easily escape if they do not meet the required standards, or if they are accidentally caught. This helps maintain biodiversity in the waters where this crab lives. In addition, scientists and environmental management agencies also conduct continuous research to monitor the number of king crabs and adjust fishing regulations accordingly. They use technology such as GPS and sonar to pinpoint the location of crabs and control fishing activities in sensitive areas, ensuring that overfishing does not exceed permitted levels and helping to rebuild crab populations after each season. In the context of increasing demand for king crab, fishermen and managers are facing a major challenge in balancing economic benefits and protecting natural resources. Maintaining a sustainable king crab fishery requires not only the efforts of fishermen, but also the shared responsibility of the community and management agencies in protecting the marine environment, preserving valuable resources for future generations. To achieve sustainability in the king crab fishery, in addition to environmental protection measures and fishing restrictions, many organizations and management agencies also encourage fishermen to participate in sustainable seafood certification programs, such as the Marine Stewardship Council (MSC) certification. These certifications not only ensure that king crab is harvested responsibly and legally, but also help raise consumer awareness of the importance of protecting marine resources. When consumers choose seafood products that are certified sustainable, they are contributing to the promotion of environmentally friendly fishing methods. In addition, modern technology and research methods are playing an increasingly important role in monitoring and predicting the fluctuations of king crab populations. Ecological models and satellite data help researchers predict crab growth and movement trends. Thereby providing recommendations and policies to regulate fishing activities. Applying high-tech such as AI to analyze data from marine surveys also helps optimize fishing processes and improve conservation effectiveness. On the other hand, fishermen are increasingly focusing on adopting safer fishing methods that minimize the impact on other marine species. For example, instead of using traps that can harm unwanted animals, they are switching to less harmful equipment or investing in advanced fishing tools to reduce the number of marine animals caught by mistake. Ultimately, maintaining a sustainable king crab fishery requires close cooperation between fishermen, environmental organizations, management agencies, and the consumer community. All these stakeholders need to be clearly aware of the value of protecting marine resources. Not only for the immediate economic benefit but also for the long-term survival of the industry and the health of the marine ecosystem. Maintaining the sustainability of king crab fisheries will not only benefit fishermen, but also help protect the abundance and diversity of marine life, contributing to the maintenance of ecological balance in the oceans. to achieve sustainability in king crab fisheries. Raising awareness and responsibility among fishermen is also key. They not only need to comply with regulations and quotas on the amount of crab allowed to be caught, but also need to participate in training programs and workshops on marine resource protection and environmentally friendly fishing methods. Fishermen are also encouraged to use modern fishing equipment to minimize the impact on marine ecosystems, such as king crab traps that can be reused or easily released from unwanted species. In particular, research and initiatives on the regeneration and restoration of king crab populations are also growing. One of the methods being studied is the rearing of crab larvae in controlled environments, which allows for stable growth and meets market demand without depleting natural resources. This not only increases king crab production, but can also reduce pressure on wild crab populations, ensuring that they will continue to survive and thrive in the wild. Another important factor is close monitoring of fishing activities by regulatory agencies. Fishing monitoring and inspection systems, including vessel controls and catch reports, can help prevent overfishing or violations of resource protection regulations. Tools such as satellite position monitoring systems, VMS, and underwater sensors have become important tools in monitoring fishing activities and protecting marine resources. Meanwhile, the consumer community also plays an indispensable role in promoting sustainability. When consumers choose to buy king crab from certified sustainable sources, they are indirectly making a positive impact on the fishing industry, encouraging fishermen and seafood companies to comply with environmental protection standards. This not only improves the health of king crab populations, but also contributes to the sustainable development of the seafood industry as a whole. In short, for the king crab fishery to develop sustainably, comprehensive cooperation from all stakeholders is needed, from fishermen, managers, environmental protection organizations, to consumers. Only when everyone works together to implement reasonable and sustainable conservation measures can the king crab fishery survive in the long term, bring economic benefits and protect the richness of marine resources for future generations. A key element in maintaining the sustainability of the king crab fishery is continued research and application of advanced scientific methods to protect marine ecosystems. Ecological studies of marine species, including king crab, help scientists better understand the reproductive cycles, migration behaviors, and environmental factors that affect the development of this species. This information plays an important role in developing appropriate fishing management policies, avoiding overexploitation or damage to crab habitat. Biotechnology is also playing an important role in protecting the king crab. Research on genetics and breeding methods can help create hardy king crab strains that are more resilient and able to reproduce in changing environmental conditions. The application of breeding techniques in aquaculture environments can be an effective solution to supplement the supply of king crab, reducing pressure on wild populations while still meeting high market demand. Another notable issue is that climate change is having a major impact on marine ecosystems. Changes in seawater temperature, salinity and other factors can directly affect the growth and distribution of king crab. Scientists are increasingly focusing on studying the adaptation of king crab to changing environmental conditions, in order to predict potential impacts and develop appropriate preventive measures. In addition, increasing public education on the importance of protecting marine resources and consuming seafood responsibly is also a key factor. Media campaigns to raise awareness of sustainable seafood species, such as king crab, can encourage consumers to choose sustainably harvested products. These changes in consumer habits can send positive signals to the seafood industry, encouraging producers and fishermen to adopt more responsible fishing methods. In short, maintaining and developing a sustainable king crab fishery requires close coordination between science, technology, policy, and the community. Adopting environmentally friendly fishing methods, combined with modern scientific research and marine resource protection initiatives, will help ensure that this resource is not overexploited, while maintaining biodiversity and the health of marine ecosystems. Global cooperation on this issue will be the key to protecting king crab and other valuable seafood for future generations. In order to achieve sustainability in king crab fisheries, in addition to science, technology and policy factors, the development of cooperation models between countries is also an extremely important factor. Since king crab lives in international waters or waters between countries, the countries involved need to cooperate closely to build international agreements to protect this species. A typical example is the Marine Resources Management Agreement between countries around the Bering Sea and Alaska, where king crab is an important resource. International organizations, such as the International Fisheries Management Commission, ICCAT, or the Council for the Management of Living Marine Resources, ICS, play an important role in monitoring and making recommendations on king crab fisheries management.